Hey, good morning, good morning. You know how this is gonna go. You just never know where it's gonna go when you're with the hijacker's son from Washington State. We'll try to turn this here down because, Brittany likes it loud. What she can do, they're just gonna play a little circus. Okay, my name's John Wright, and you know what? Sorry that we was so what overwhelmed with Britney Spears for one. But we've had a great Thanksgiving, I think. I think we've had a pretty good time. I don't know how Donald Trump's feeling today. I seen Donald Trump on TV. Oh boy, I'll tell you what, I seen Donald Trump on TV, and you know what this tells me. Well, I'll tell you what this tells me. This tells me that Donald Trump is standing in front a group of sheriffs and law officers, and any law officer that supports Donald Trump should turn in their badge and their gun immediately, because of the fact that it's a conflict of interest for any law enforcement officer to be seen in an ad with Donald Trump. That wasn't an ad, that was a news breaking thing. So the cops are with Donald Trump. Oh, the sheriffs are with Donald Trump. I had a sheriff right here saying, being a little celebrity, saying that I was a celebrity. All of these people have lived at celebrity status around me, and I've been being screwed for all these years. There's a company called Awesome Connections that is a dating service. And you know what? I had this here business and I was developing it. I had the business license on my wall. A girl came in. She used my bathroom. She went in the bathroom. She ended up falling down unconscious. And me and my sister, which was not my sister, is a girl that's passed off as my sister. So this smells, you guys. The cops have infiltrated my family and been keeping an eye on me like espionage. Little pigs in blankets, like my sister Bonnie would say. I've heard the pigs in blankets or the On Alaska blanket party. I tried to get a hold of my brother Jim yesterday. I can't get a hold of him. Last time I heard about my brother Jim is he's driven someplace, he's gotten an accident, he's driving in his sleep, somebody's doing something with his medication. It's over at the Tube Sock Killers, by the way. This whole thing, the sheriff's office will put a hit on my own family, on members of my own family. My son's been gone for all this time. The law enforcement community was behind it. Look at Donald Trump hiding behind the sheriff's department. But he's standing in front of them. And why is the sheriff's there? You ask yourself, why is the sheriff's there behind Donald Trump? What's the motive? What is the motive? Because Donald Trump is supplying them, enforcing them, because they're playing a little Hogan's Heroes, a little group of Boy Scouts, just like Donald Trump. Right there, Donald Trump's the link to those sheriffs. Right there's the motive. Right there's the whole action. These law enforcement officers, without any, you know, stating they're guilty, I would like them to, well, are you a registered Republican? If you are, and you're standing with Donald Trump, it's a conflict of interest, and you owe the public to disband, cease and desist, and stop those actions immediately, because we, the taxpayers, want to crack down. There is no doubt about it. The taxpayers now want to crack down. And that's what we're going to list this as today. The taxpayers want to crack down. We want the BS out of the law enforcement community, the fire department, the paramedics, the people that drives the ambulances and stuff like that. Also, they're affiliated with the cops department and stuff. There should be no affiliation with what party are we on. and which party do we, hey man, this guy's a Democrat, we're gonna fucking snuff him out because he can cause us votes. It's a conflict of interest. I've seen what they've done to me, and if it wasn't so, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. Here, I'll keep an eye on this real quick. Look at this, and I'll just reach down here for this. Okay? There's my brother. There's Rick Rife. There's a picture of my dad. Right there. That's a picture of my dad. There's Rick Rife. He's been imprisoned. He's been falsely imprisoned in Washington State. The cops did this here. They put me on the run. There's my brother Jerry. He's on the Middle Fork Road in Lewis County, Washington, hiding behind barbed wired fence. Donald Trump and the sheriff's department that's running rampage. And by the way, they built a Trump Tower in Morton, Washington, a wooden Trump Tower that people were complaining about. The sheriff Morning, I want to call him Morning Glory, Morning Glory, Morning Star. Mr. Roger Morningstar has been fired. And also in the pictures that you see in that room, you could read everyone's face around there, how they're looking up at this guy. The Republican renegades in Lewis County, Washington, they're behind the Reynolds murder, Rhonda Reynolds murder. My lawyer up here, James L. Rowland, Jerry L. Wright, Bruce F. Kimsey. Let's see. George M. Fairhart, I believe it is, in Morton, Washington. The whole Fairhart group up there in Morton, Washington should be seized immediately. They should be seized. They should be squeezed because of 50 American hostages that was murdered. The Marines in the barracks when Ronald Reagan was there. And also the deliberate things. This goes all the way back to Richard Milhouse Nixon and John F. Kennedy. No doubt. There is no doubt to that. And hey, you know what? Who is this Johnson that's now the House Speaker? Is he related to the Johnson family? That was the Johnsons that was related to the Nixons? Because if that's so, boy, there's a connection right there too. I think about motives all the time. What people do to cause motives and actions that cause things to happen. Every action has equal opposite reaction. I know a scientist that came from Russia. Now he's in Australia. He migrated out of there for reasons of political reasons probably, and other things from what he understood. And he talked about Microsoft. He went off at Microsoft, what he thinks their security system and stuff. And anyway, lots of things go on, and I'm a person for detail. It kind of runs in the family. My Zach, he would be my Aunt Debbie's. My Aunt Debbie, not my sister. They passed family members off on people. My brother Jerry hides behind people. I was raised in a rabbit cage. And when I hear Donald Trump talk about people being animals, I was held in a rabbit cage. And by the way, I've talked to people about being the governor of Washington State, which I would think would be an honor and a privilege to do for the American people, because I won't be serving just right here in Washington State, but I will be serving the United States, is the way I look at it. And whether I'm actually have say in other states, that's one thing, but I can recommend to other governors and stuff certain things, and if they see some gold into what I'm saying, they're more than welcome to see it. Here's people driving by, and I wave to them. It's the best thing to do. Honesty is the best policy, and when you've lied and created such animosities, layers and layers and layers, sheriff's department, fire department, all of you guys covering up for crimes and doing insurance jobs and stuff, well, you ripped off my bowling alley in Lewis County, Washington, and it was $1.5 million rounded off, but was getting about 1.2. We were having a $200,000 kickback there. We had $400,000 worth of equity. I easily lost $400,000 in this here deal when these Republican renegades, the cops, the sheriff's department came to my home at 4 o'clock in the morning and beat on my door when me and my son was asleep. My son was only 5 years old, or, very young, 6, 7 years old, very young, that to have an impression that these here cops are such brutality. My neighbors, criminals, wouldn't do that. But some son of a bitch with a gun and a badge come to my house because of my real estate, Robert Clifton Kling, with a C in the middle of it like Donald Trump's T of his dad. His dad has this little pinky like this. I guarantee you this is about JFK. This is about the sheriff's department thinking that they are celebrities hiding behind Donald Trump, or Donald Trump being their poster child. Now, which are they doing? Are they sitting there going, look at Donald Trump and what he's doing? Or are they sitting there saying Donald Trump represents us? Well, if that's the case, these guys need to have their badges and stuff taken away because, they're not supposed to put their politics above everything else, and it's not supposed to be a laundry mat for monies stolen from people. People tell me 20% to be in business in Lewis County for what? Protection and stuff. My friend says, well, we could grow marijuana, and this is the deal. They won't bother us here. We'll keep it down too. But if somebody leaves here and they go across town, oh man, and they get busted, oh man. You didn't say anything about me, did you? No, man, I never said nothing about you. Good, because if you do, you know what they do to narcs. Okay, well, this is my point today, 12 minutes. I could round this off to 13 minutes for the Zodiac. 13 letters for the Zodiac Killer. Is my dad, George L. Wright. And they all hid it from me. And they've lived at a celebrity status. And they actually acted like it around me. Like they were celebrities. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm the only one that's lost somebody. Then I have, when I say that, Terry Shortridge was murdered in front of me. He was my best friend. And then I have all these friends that's been murdered around me. And I'm saying, well, I'm the only one that's lost anybody. And you guys are acting like this. Jesus Christ. Look what they've been doing. And how have they been doing? If something gets back to the law enforcement community, a little leak or something, what do? They kill people. And I never went to law enforcement over anyone, but except this here son of a bitch right here over the Merwin's case. And I didn't know my dad was a Zodiac killer and stuff, and I didn't know it was Boy Scouts. Now, Donald Trump and all you sheriffs out there, all of you cops out there, look in the fucking mirror. Look in the mirror, because every American's going to look at you. And you guys, if you hear my voice and you hear this, if you feel the free, you fucking spread the word about this. Watch all the videos and have some fun. Let's rake them over the coal. It's all right. What do you say? I love this song. Britney Spears is just perfect. And by the way, I'm at 13, 14. I'm almost 14 minutes, and that's my age. I got an F-14 on my back of my motorhome over here, and I'll probably upload it because I got little things going on here, Here we've got, what do we got here? We got, look that way. We've got the road. We've got the hearts out here. I'll just go like this. I'll show you how I quickly clean this whole thing up. Oh boy. This super system I've got here, it's just like no other. I will tell you that right now. My super system is dynamite. Look at that. It just cleans that off like complete magic. Man, John Wright is so goddamn diabolical. And I meet and greet people out here playing golf all the time. And you know what? We're gonna have racing. We're gonna have golf. I'm gonna put a basketball hoop up there in a tree, and I'm gonna put a net, or I'm gonna put a tarp coming down so I could shoot it from a long ways away just to have some fun, you know? And I love having fun with everyone here. Isn't this fun? My name's John Wright, and this is what I've done. Look. And isn't this all good? We got the boat over there. This is my brother-in-law's boat. We're gonna fix it, I hope. Maybe he's gonna take me fishing in it. Look, I got a bird right there. I've got my plane right there. Oh boy, it's just, and look, we've got the bank job. We've got the laundry room. Here you are. It's a freak show. Hey, I've been having a good time since Donald Trump's been crashing. Should I lie? Should I tell you guys how much I don't like my own personal happiness and I watch Donald Trump crash because he deserves to? My gosh, anybody out there that's a Republican. I was a Republican. Look, this is my headband. My son got red. He left me red. You know why? He left me his other bandanas too. Perfectly folded because he was on the run. They put a price on my son's head. Don't think I want to hang these here law officers in Washington State for what they've done. As governor of the Washington State, there's laws on the book. They still have hanging on the book in Washington State, and I was told about it. And I was also told this phrase too, about a 13-loop noose. There's no such thing as a 13-loop noose, and that means that Maine may be out of the Constitution of the United States. For some reason, I feel like that was part of it, and Maine was part of the topic and stuff of things happening, like the bowling alley that got shot up. We've got the Lewiston, Maine. We've got the Lewis County bowling alley that has a saw on it, named after Richard Milhouse Nixon. Now they've renamed it because they were going to do the smokehouse job on them, and they're going to blow smoke up our ass. And you know, another thing is that Donald Trump is now the president and stuff, and you got to think back about everything. You really got to think about everything. Here we have the Twin Towers that fell down, and we have Donald Trump causing trouble in New York. Now, if you connect the dots, is Donald Trump connected to these Twin Towers? He's connected to the JFK. His very dad is connected to the JFK murder, and that is just no problem at all, connecting the dots to the little pinky of Jackie Onassis Kennedy. You know what? They was never going to hit a woman in a pink dress in that car. It was all set up. Does anybody smell what's going on? It was the cops that did it, the renegade Republicans and the raspberries, and this is what they've done. Hey, thank you for your time. I'm at 18 minutes, and you know what? Keep dancing until the world ends, and it's not over yet until Donald Trump sings in prison. The J6 hostages, oh boy. You know what? There is no such thing as J6 hostages, but there's people that's been lured into trouble through a cult, through Donald Trump being involved in it. It's the alphabet murders. It's the Zodiac killer. It's JFK. It's the DB Cooper stunt. It's all these things added up, and once you put the proof in the pudding, what you gonna do when it comes crashing down on you, Donald Trump? You're just the poster child of the whole thing. Oh boy. And the Red Rome, Republican, renegades of the Sheriff's Department, and all that stuff, oh boy. You really do need to do a gut check from within, and that should be a Democratic Party, we the people, that runs that, instead of we the people that have all this money. You know, we aren't, us out here, we're not Democrats, but those Republicans are. So, you know, if you're a pig in a blanket and support the pigs, what you get at the end of the day is what? They want to commit genocide against other fellow Americans. Wake up and smoke the coffee and drink the coffee and do the coffee, because I'll tell you what, you go with the blue brand this year. Whether I like it or not, I'm forced to go the blue brand. I like my brand. My brand's probably your brand too. And thank you for your time, and you have a great day. And if anybody out there that knows me, sees me, if I would have known better, I would have done better a lot earlier. And don't blame yourself for being forced to comply or die. And that is the truth. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day, America. And remember, my name's John Wright, and they're not. I have people all the time try to challenge me. They can't beat me in a conversation, and they'll try to browbeat me and give me the evil eye. You're saying something you shouldn't. No, I'm saying something. I am saying something, and it's long overdue that it is said something. I'd love to talk to my ex-wife, even if she has to have her husband to hold her hand and to hide behind to do it. You know, people hide behind people's skirts. They marry someone to hide behind them. Like they'll marry a cop, or a cop will come in and marry the woman so she can't say anything. Silence them. Pigs in a blanket. Thank you for your time this morning, and thank you, America. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching the videos. And you know what? If I wasn't telling the truth, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be wasting my time. It would be a conflict of my interests. But it's in my best interest because this is about America, and this is where Americans need to take a stand now. What can you do for your country? What can you do for America? And stop whining about Joe Biden being old, doing a great job for who the hell he is. Look where we came, look what we had, and look where we came. We're coming out of it. These guys would have had our country. They would have had our country already invaded. So everybody get a grip right now. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day. Thank you very much. My name's John Wright. I'd love to be the next governor of Washington State. I would sure have good people around me doing good work for you. And that's what it'd all be about. Thank you for your time. Amen. I mean that in a sincere way. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.